Hey Samantha, sorry it took me a little bit to get this done. I forgot I was going to do it the other day, but I'm not sure exactly what your um, questions are about the assignment for the week, but let me walk through the different things that you need to do. So here's the assignments under weekly assignments. There's some information I'd like you to read about the research process, finding and evaluating sources, and identifying types of sources. So those are links here. They go out to this these pages here at the top, so you can also access them here. But these links will bring you there. And then there's an exercise on finding and evaluating sources. So you need to read this first. Um, Let me click in here. Um, there are some links within here that gives you some additional information. I've got some videos that I did about finding books, about finding articles through the online databases, and about searching the internet with Google and other search engines. Here's some information about evaluating sources. Um, and then there's the other link about uh, different types of sources. So let me get back to the assignments. Then I wanted to give people some practice in finding sources and at the same time be thinking about some topics that you might do for your research paper, which is going to be essay 4. So here are the 5 themes. Um, the exercise on finding and evaluating sources has the description of what you need to do, but I'll walk you through it here. And within that, there's also a video on how to use Google Docs. So these are Google Docs that I've set up, links to these Google Docs. I've set them up so anybody who clicks in here can edit the document. So you should be able to, I can't remember offhand what your theme is, but you can choose either of the 2 themes that you've chosen for the course to do this for. I would concentrate on, I'd pick probably the one that you were thinking you might want to do some research in. Um, these research questions can be drawn from the articles in the book, or they can be other issues that you know about connected to your theme. And we'll do a little brainstorming about that next week. So let me get into food because I know that people have posted some things here. So you click on whichever one you want here. And this opens up this Google Doc. Now you should be able to just get in here and type. Let me know if there's any technical issues. I don't think you need a Gmail address or anything. I think anybody who clicks in here should be able to edit it. And you just type. The difference between Google Docs, one of the differences between Google Docs and Microsoft Word is that it automatically saves things. It also saves past versions of things, so you can get at those if you erase something by mistake. You want to make sure not to erase something that somebody else has typed. So you've got these. So here's my instructions. The What I'd ask people to do is to think of some controversial issues connected to, in this case, food or whatever your theme is, and look for some different types of sources using some different search methods. So not just Google. Try some of the other. Go on Amazon or in the library's catalog and look for a book. Try some of the other search engines that you may not have used before. Get into the databases and see what you can find there. And then once you find these sources, you're going to put them here under the different categories. So if you find a newspaper article, you'd list it here under newspaper article. What I'd like you to do is to post a hyperlink. So if I had an article from the New York Times, I don't have a link handy, but you do the same kind of hyperlinking that you do on the blog. So you type the title of the article, you go grab the URL, you highlight the title, and then you click this linky thing, insert link, and paste the URL there. If you want some more information about how to do that, let me know and I can do another video. So your first step is to find the sources. You need to find at least 3 different sources. Try to find them over a variety of different types of sources. So the people have done that here. So Danny Ann has one here. This, if you, to get to the article here, if you click on it, then you get the link, and that brings you to the Amazon page. Or here she's got a USA Today. She said the New York Times got her there, but it's a USA Today story. So if I click this here, it would bring me to the source. That's what you want to have happen. And she also wrote how she got there, what her search engine or whatever was, and then what search terms she used. So that's the first step, find the sources. The next step is to get back onto your blog, a little bit after you found your sources, or if there are other sources that other people have put on, take somebody else's 3 sources and do an evaluation of the source. Is it relevant? Does it have good authority? How do you know that this person knows what they're talking about? Is it biased? Is it reasonably up to date? So a couple sentences about that. This is a little bit on the skimpy side in terms of evaluating the credibility of the source. And the next step that she would have to do is to do the MLA citation for that. And again, if you have questions particularly about that, let me know, and I'll give you a little bit more information about that. There are a couple sources. There's the page. Let me get out of this. Here. Let me get into the blog. Citing sources, that page that I'd had you read, I think last week, has information about doing the citation. In particular, how to do the works cited page. Purdue OWL's MLA section, if we click in here, has information about how to do. So what you will have identified the type of source that you have. You know whether it's a book, periodical, or something online. If you've got a link to it, it's something online, unless it's a Amazon link, in which case we'd call it a book. So if you want to do an online source, you just click here, an electronic source, and what you do is scroll down here and find the type of source that it is. Is it a page on a website? Is it an article in a web magazine, online scholarly journal, etc.? You find the type of source, and then there's either a model for you to follow, like this. Oops, I don't want to go there. Let me go back. Can't seem to go back. A model to follow, or I won't. Let me just get back to the blog. For some of them, it'll give you a little sample with the, it'll say last name, comma, first name, title of the article. It'll tell you what each of the fields are. If you have problems, don't worry if you have problems doing that. I imagine that problems will come up. But rather than, you really only learn how to do citation by trying to do it. So if you have questions about a particular one, just, on the Google Doc, put a question. I'm not sure that this is right. What do the rest of you think? Or something like that. And let the other people in your group help you out. And then I'll be jumping on the Google Docs to make some suggestions as well. So that seems. I assume that your questions had to do with that part of the assignment. Let me know if not. The rest of it, I think, is pretty straightforward. I didn't have the peer review questions up for a while because a lot of people hadn't posted their essay 2, so I waited a little bit until I had a few more of the essay 2s up. So those, just like essay 1, I've got some questions here. 3 main issues: level of detail, structure, and use of sources, with some questions. And here are the partners. Now it looks like you're not listed here, so I'm not sure if you got your essay 2 up yet or not. If you want to do peer review or to get a peer review from somebody, Let me know once you get yours posted. And here's a little note about that. The next thing was essay 3. Now that's not going to be due until not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. But I wanted to post it up so you could people could start thinking about what they want to write about. This is a memoir, and this link again is going to bring you to the assignment. You're writing about your own experience. I'll do, as I say, said somewhere, I think. I'll do a blog post about memoir in the next day or two to give you some things to think about. But basically, this is going to be something that happened to you, some part of your own experience that connects in some way to your theme. The important thing is that it's well described, specific, vivid. So you want to not try to take on too much in terms of time span. Try to narrow that down to maybe one particular key scene. Or as I suggest here, you might want to do a series of little snapshots. Do a little more experimental, creative kind of structure. That's fine. I thought usually I do the memoirs the first thing in a class, but I thought with all this text heavy stuff, it might be nice to give people a little break from the reading and to focus on something maybe that was a little bit more personally interesting to people to write about. So, and then essay 4 again will be the research paper. So let me know if there are any specific questions about anything in this video or anything on the assignment page, and I'll try to get back to you a little bit sooner than I got this posted. All right, good luck.